Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Dawn, Vegas Maniac Designs, and I am finally getting to the jewelry banding tutorial to show you how to wrap your glass plates so that they can be hung. And I'm going to go over some of the materials I have. And then I'm going to zoom way down so that you can watch me work and get a good view of what I'm doing. And I'm going to try to keep this not crazy long. I value your time. And so let's just go over what I've got for miscellaneous materials. So I've got my jewelry making materials here, my tools, just a couple of oddball things. Most important thing for this particular wrapping is going to be sharp cutters and a way to roll the wire smoothly. And the reason that you need that is to make your loop. So it doesn't have to be one of these. You can use a dowel. You can use whatever you've got, or you can go and pick one of these up for under $10. You may use it for something else. So those are the primary tools. Secondary tools are going to be your cleanup tools. And I've got several here that you can use. And this is to clean up any adhesive that sits on the glass on the back. You'll see in a minute how that happens. You can use just a regular glass scraper with a fresh blade in it. Watch your fingers. Same thing with a X-Acto knife. This blade came in a set. I have several of them. And this makes a nice scraper because it's slightly flexible. And then I have a slanted tip, which will work just fine to get around those edges and clean up the adhesive. So those are the scraping options. You may have something else. That's fine. Your jewelry banding wire is this, and it is 3 millimeters, I believe. Yeah, I think it's 3 millimeter wide. I got these at Hobby Lobby. It's on a wire brand. And I've got several colors. I've got the gold. I've got the silver, which is, and it's all aluminum wire, so it is flexible, soft, but sturdy. And then I have a antique bronze that has kind of a reddish purple color to it, which is really pretty, and I'm going to do it on that one. So those are I'm sure you can get this on Amazon as well. Probably can even get it through Michael's or Joann's or wherever you do your craft supply shopping. So 3 millimeter wide aluminum wire. The most important thing that I discovered is what type of adhesive to use. Now I tried several different ones. They worked okay. They were very messy and very work intensive because you had to clamp your piece until it dried. I didn't want that. And I was at work and I found this product. This is JB Weld Super Weld Light Activated Instant Glue. This is nice because it's got a very fine tip. So you can put just the amount that you want, where you want it. And I'm sticking in something here. And then it has the little light on the backside to cure it. So a drop, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 seconds. And then you can move on. So let's zoom in and we will do one. Now, hopefully this is zoomed in enough. If it isn't, remember on YouTube, you can zoom the video by pinching and spreading your fingers apart. So just know that if you're not able to see what I'm doing very well. So I work on these from the back side. And the reason I do that is because I don't want to get adhesive on my resin. These are all resin. They're perfect and shiny, and I want to keep them that way. So I work from the back side. And what I've got here is just a roll of tape, something to protect my resin surface, another piece of paper towel, you can use whatever, and just sit it on there. And then with this one, I was going to use the bronze, but I think I might use the gold again because I really liked it with the other one. Yeah, let's do the gold. So, get this centered on here. And you're going to roughly measure the amount of wire that you need. See how soft this is? So you're going to give yourself a little leeway too. Don't cut it exactly what you think it's going to be. Give yourself an extra inch or two until you're comfortable with how much you need. So I'm just going to kind of set this on, roll it around, unroll a little more. Now, that looks like just about enough. So I'm going to give myself an extra inch. And you want to clip your wire square. Don't do it at a slant. And it's soft, so it cuts really easily. So put this stuff out of the way. And you can start this any way you want. You can start from the end and work your way all the way around, or you can start from the middle and work from side to side, whatever works for you. I'm going to start from the end, of course, and stretch that out so it doesn't get in my way. And as you're working, you want to make sure that you're pressing this wire flat against the edge and that you're keeping it, and this you're not going to measure. You're going to want to keep this so that you have a little bit of reveal on the back side so that you don't have much of a reveal at all on the top side. That's just aesthetically what I like. So that's on me. Just after you've done a couple, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So to get started, I just want to press this really hard against the edge of the glass to make sure that it's flat and snug. And that's good. And that's the reveal that I want. You can also use your finger under the edge to feel where that's sitting. And you'll get used to it as you work your way around so that it's even. But just keep checking your work as you go, because once it's stuck, it's kind of really stuck. So this is super easy to use. I love this. And got it where I want it. I'm just going to put a drop. Hold on, I got to feel. Yeah, that seemed like a bit much. So I'm going to put a drop, and then I'm going to cure it. Now this will, if you cure this and let go of the wire, it will likely snap right off. It does need some set time beyond the 10 seconds of blue light to really fully cure. And you don't want to hang these for a full 24 hours after they're finished. This glue will cure on its own. It's kind of like slow super glue. But you want to get it as set as possible. And the reason I have mine in a bucket is because I store it so that the tip is up, so it doesn't leak down into the cover. This is kind of expensive. It's $11 a bottle. A little goes a long ways, but I don't want to have to buy it any more than I need to. So I'm releasing the wire a tiny bit to let the adhesive run down in there, and then I'm curing it. Now, I'm not doing a solid line of adhesive. You don't need to. 10 spots of contact is plenty. You just want to make sure that you're pressing. See how my finger has pressure on it? You want to make sure that you don't have a big gap, because that will be seen when it's hanging. I don't know why I'm moving this back and forth. My dot is very small. And then I'm just sliding my finger around. Just need to feel that gap. Again, a quick release and then press. And I will speed through this portion. You don't need to watch me do every single one. When I get to an important part, I will put the video back on regular speed so that you can see and hear what I'm talking about. So I'm going to stop for a moment, and just a quick reminder to make sure that you are, and I'm getting a cramp in my finger and you will, that you are pressing and smoothing the banding wire up against the glass so that you don't get a wavy edge. And repeatedly check your reveal on the back side so that it doesn't go all uneven and wonky on you. Okay, so I am at the last tack area, and this is kind of important. This is what I found worked really well for me. So I don't tack the very last one just yet. So I'm going to get my finger right up close to the beginning line and just sort of push so that it's seated right before that, and then it bends up. So you can see that. And then let's see. I'm going to use this. This is just like a plier type thing, but it's smooth. It doesn't have ridges on it, so it won't mar the finish on your wire. Just slide this a little bit, and I'm going to, that one came undone because it's not cured. I'll tack it after, not a big deal. So I'm just standing this up on end, and I'm gripping this as close as I can and just putting a hard bend in it so that it lays flat on the glass. And now I will tack it. And I'll retack that one because now it has cured, not stuck. So give this final squeeze. I'm running out of adhesive. And I've done 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th one out of this tube. So I guess not great, but not too bad. You want to make sure that your wire lines up before you tack it, so you have a continuous line front and back. Give this another little bit down here. And if any of the tacks that you put down release on you, just redot right next to it and cure it, because you're going to be scraping off the edge of the glass so that it doesn't show. Okay, so for me personally, I just eyeball where I want to cut this off and then turn it, which makes having a multi-size tool really handy, because I can go bigger or go smaller depending on how much wire I left. I'm just checking out my other side, and I've got a spot here that I need to retack. You'll see this. This will happen. It's not a big deal. Don't panic. So let me get that out of the way. And I like a particular size loop. So I know that in order to get that size loop, I need about 3/4 of an inch. So again, nice and square and clip. And then I'm going to pinch the very end and gently, not pulling the wire away from the glass, just turn this in on itself. See where I'm at? I'm going to bring it up again and just clip a little bit more off. Wow, that just doesn't want to stick. Not a big deal. I'm still gonna, because I'm handling it, you may want to get to this point and stop and let it sit for the 24 hours and then make your loop. I did that on the other ones that I did, just because I didn't trust that it was going to hold while I worked on it. And truly, it struggles. Okay, so I have my loop, and this one I'm going to retack, and then I'll quickly show you. Actually, yeah, I'll retack this afterwards. I don't want to make the video any longer than necessary. So I'm just going to show you how to scrape the edge, and you're just going to lay flat, put some pressure, and just gently slide until that glue releases. And voila, it's done. Another thing you may want to do after it's set up for 24 hours. But these are the pieces that I just rolled off. Gives you a nice clean back and front. And I will bring the video back when I've got a couple of these hung so that I can show you what they look like completely finished. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your patience waiting for me to get to this point. And I'm excited for you to see the finished product. They're beautiful. See you next time.